Hi everyone, it's Bob Perkins, founder and chairman of the AA-ISP, bringing you a special announcement and interview. I'm here with Zeena Kuraisha. Zeena, how are you doing?
Great, Bob.
Zeena, many of you probably know, runs the APAC Sales and Marketing Academy, the Asia Pacific Sales and Marketing Academy out of Singapore. And she's an authorized agent and reseller of some of the AA-ISP certifications and trainings. And we've had a relationship over the years. And today, Zeena has a special announcement. She's been working with the Singapore government over the last year. And Singapore now realizes the importance of the role of inside sales and has actually put together a program to reskill current employees or new employees into the workforce. And Zeena, you're right in the middle of this program, and we'd love for you to share with the viewers here what APAC SMA is doing, how you got involved, and what does it mean for our profession. So.
Great, thank you. So that was a nice introduction actually, and you covered almost everything. So APAC SMA, we provide sales consulting, sales advisory, and corporate training programs, mainly to the corporate industry and public sector. And we kind of partnered with AA-ISP to bring the inside sales certification to our region, basically. So this is what we have been doing, and we support a lot of inside sales organization and also sales organization, marketing organizations with their program support. So that's what we have been doing. So one of the areas that we have been working and talking to the government for the last 1-2 years almost is to convince that this is going to be a profession that's going to support a lot of women, not only women, but also individuals to come back to workforce, and also for people who are losing jobs in sales or field sales to kind of take on a virtual sales role.
Nice.
And one of the key reasons why that I have been really pushing hard on this is because a lot of roles get pushed out to low-cost countries, but companies do complain that they are not able to get multi-language skills, or and a lot of job has been disappearing. So one of the reasons why we wanted to have this talent development around inside sales is to have more talents in Singapore that companies can leverage and set up their operations here.
It's incredible, even in other countries, Europe, the United States, we're also kind of have a hard time getting trained talent to hire. So tell us a little bit about the specifics of the program.
Sure. So what the program does is we actually train people in inside sales and digital sales. So we have 2 different programs, which will encompass of a classroom training program that will cover all the core elements of what an inside sales professional will need about the role, about the industry, about and everything around calling and stuff like that. The second element of the program covers a CISP, which is a Certified Inside Sales Professional certification. Or for the digital sales program, it will be the Professional Diploma in Digital Selling. That will be the second element. It's an online program that people go through a series of online learning, and they would have to do an exam at the end of the learning. Okay, so that's one. And the third element of the program is an on-the-job, work-based learning kind of element that we're going to be involved directly with them over a period of 1 to 3 months. Wow. And people, and all these professionals will be given a global, the AA-ISP's Inside Sales membership for 1 year, where they're going to go in and kind of continuously educate themselves and leverage on the resources that you all have. In addition to that, we also, AA-ISP is so great, they have global experts in their Q&A and mentor series. So these professionals can leverage on this membership for their professional development.
Who wouldn't want, that sounds like fantastic training, not just classroom, not just online, but they go and actually work for a few months. So obviously,
it's going to be a permanent role. It's going to be a permanent role.
And then they get a permanent role. So huge benefits to the applicant. So what's in it for the employer, right? Because there's some benefits for the employer as well.
Sure. So one of the things that that I've noticed in the industry is that they don't have a very structured professional standards around what an inside sales education needs to be like.
Right.
So that's the reason why I've kind of picked up the AA-ISP's program and also combined our expertise and fill in whatever that comprehensive program needs to look like.
Yep.
So for the employers, they get a trained professional, okay, and who is globally recognized, who knows their job, so they don't need to like keep hiring and firing and continuously, we take care of those stuff.
Yeah.
And the fourth element is they get a very heavily subsidized fee that's being funded by the government.
And that's where the government comes in to subsidize, make it easy for a person to get trained, but make it real easy for the company to onboard them, right?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So the onboarding and the fees is going to be heavily subsidized. It's up to 70%.
Wow.
So it's almost like 2,000 or 0 to 2,000, anything around there. And the first 3 months of the new hire's salary will be funded by the government from 70 to 90%.
So say that again, because I think if you're out there, if you're in Singapore watching this interview, say that again. That's huge.
Okay, so they will get almost 0 to a couple of hundreds for the fees, which is subsidized heavily by the government. And the first 3 months of the salary will be heavily subsidized, 70 to 90% for the first 3 months of the new hire's role. Now, that is not all. After that third month is over, from the fourth month onwards to almost a year or 1.5 years, there is another funding that's available that kind of covers anything between 20 to 50% of the salary.
Wow.
And that's by case basis. But yeah, but we take care of all that. We are the national appointed program manager for this. And
so APAC SMA is right in the middle of this program, helping to operationalize the program. So how many, this is a huge benefit for either displaced workers, younger workers, maybe workers that want to change professions. How do they raise their hand and say, hey, I want to be considered as an applicant? And what does that process look like? Did they contact you for this or?
Right. So there's going to be 3 elements or 3 ways that they can do this. One is we're working with the government again, and they're going to so they have this job bank, and they're going to get a lot of candidates coming in who's going to raise up their hands, and we're going to organize talks. We're going to organize workshops and career series, and bring in employers, in these talks to also educate them on what inside sales is about and stuff like that. Right. So that's one thing that's going to happen in coming months.
So sort of educate the public. Educate the public,
basically. So that's the first route, where they can actually go to the government, and there's a portal that they can go and register. And of course, the second route is, they're going to come to us directly. We're going to also be announcing this in the papers and HR magazines and stuff like that, so they can come to that route. And the third way is, if employers find their own candidates, or they have their own internal candidates, marketing professionals, within their organization who wants to transfer roles into inside sales, they can also come to us, and we will be able to support them with this.
This, it sounds fantastic. You've got to be excited about this. And I think it's a boost. It's a boost for the economy, but it's a real boost for our profession. Zeena, I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen here information about contacting you, but could you share that with the viewers, the best way for them to reach out to you to talk about this more?
Sure. So my email address is zeena@apacsma.com.
Great.
So you can always drop me a mail, or they can always drop a mail to AA-ISP@apacsma.com, and we're happy to share any information that we have.
Fantastic. Well, look, it's great what you're doing. You're a thought leader, and you're very passionate about our great digital inside selling SDR profession. We've seen you at many of the conferences. You've been out to the Leadership Summit. You've been out to Inside Sales World. We hope to see you again soon. Thanks for sharing this. and all the best with implementing this fantastic program in Singapore.
Thank you, Bob. As always, with your great support. And
Okay.
thank you for all these certifications that are coming. We have $1 million in our kitty. We're happy to pass it over to the employers. So move forward.
Hey, that's what a great boost for companies and a great benefit for individuals. So all the best with implementing it, and maybe we'll come back in 6 months and check in to see how it's going.
Fantastic. There's
All right,
already
bye-bye, everyone.
a person that's going through the program. All right, thank you.
Fantastic. Bye-bye.